just spread out. Nice and easy. Really feel like into here. And your arm joint rotates in the shoulder. It's not your forearm. So Mark and I had a colleague, James. Remember James, Mark?
Absolutely.
And he would just rotate his forearm. He would do his forearm. I could never get him to stop that. So you gotta just use your arm nice and easy. Just come on up. Let's go slow. Come on up. Take your time. You can inhale and then exhale. Make sure you get your legs into the ground so they support you. So you want to feel the front leg. You want to have weight on the front leg, but it's like the front leg pushes you into your back leg, and then your back leg kind of pushes back. Hold the chin in. So you want to get out of this habit, right? Okay, so even though I love Joe Chu, he had this whole habit with this. So you want to keep that, nice upright posture. Just feel your shoulder blade move around too. Work on your core. Hold the chin in. Inhale. We went to a nice local thing yesterday. Well, we went to Anacortes has this Washington Park.
Mm-hmm.
We've been there really good. Like they go out on the water. Well, you're not out on the water, you can see the water. Right. Now, when you come up here, this is kind of a nice feel for this. So you come up, when you make your fists, make sure your wrists, instead of like this, it's straight, and you get this nice feel in here. You get the nice, and it's like kind of connects everything, and it's a nice stretch of the forearm. So you're just kind of stretching all of this just by making the fist and then making the wrist. So you feel that. Kind of use as part of the body to lift the arm up. Breathe, don't stop breathing. I do not want to do any CPR for anybody here. Keep breathing. And stretch, you can really also kind of think of stretching along. Feel onto the ground. Raise into the foot, it's kind of stretching along. Getting the hips to move so you get that rotation in there. We'll go light today. I think we have a couple of people might be recovering from different things. Oh, I should put the headphones on, or one headphone on anyway for you guys out here in the virtual moment. So hopefully this works. I don't know, am I connected to you guys? All right. Just take your time. Even though this is kind of a simple exercise, you really can work it and just kind of feel the different rotations in the joint, the hip, the legs, the posture, right? Let the shoulder blade. There's other thing about the shoulder blade. I won't take my sweatshirt off, but the shoulder blade can kind of go like that, or can go like that, right? So especially with these type of things, you really want to get this kind of not have your shoulder blade go like that. just think of the bottom of the shoulder blade kind of getting into the back, and that will help you keep your posture up. Okay, and we won't use Garrett because he's recovering, and I don't want to, Marcus. He's a budding pianist, so we can't use him either. Yeah. So, but so you can't like if you think of like trying to just applying force or something. I mean, and there's not really a think about force so much as if you're doing this, you can't really get a lot of structure behind your movement. But you have a nice, good structure, then this movement is well supported, right? So, right, and you can just, and that's not to say you have to like what they call extend, overextend, hyperextend. Just make sure your shoulder blade is, you can just kind of roll it in. The bottom of the shoulder blade rolls in. I think it's technically called, and Stephen probably knows, a posterior tilt to your shoulder blades. That means the bottom of the shoulder blade tilts in there. Okay. And this will help you, generally with your posture, right? So you can just, all of this stuff has other, uses other than trying to, use the martial art. Okay. So, and then you're just kind of working the hip joint in here, the rotation. And just take your time and just relax through it. Okay. All right, let's try something else. Let's just try the circle one. Okay. All right. So elbow down, shoulder relax. Elbow down, hand down. Okay. And we'll just go slow. So you can feel this open, turn, very similar thing. And then turn the hip, turn the feet too. Don't leave the feet there, just turn. And then push off this one, come back to the center, sit into the center, open, back, open, back. When I come here, I can just rest. It's almost like just rests in here, right? So I'm not like doing this, just, and then 1, nice and easy, 2, 1, okay, the bottom hand just kind of settles down, open. But it's a nice day to work out. Where is everybody else? Ted said he was going to come. Okay, so we'll have class Thursday too. Yeah, I don't know. Is it going to rain this Thursday? Class is off if it rains. Huh?
I don't have a clue.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Just relax. Just take the movements easy. There's no need to stress it. Just go through it smooth. I would have to say though, when you come through, right? You would. It's almost like you feel like you really have to kind of, I don't know, push through molasses, so to speak, because you don't want to be like floaty, right? Right. So you want to just have good intention in the movements. 1, 2. Okay. Notice how every joint in the body is being worked. Knee, hip, elbow, shoulder, even like neck, because you're turning your head. 1, open, cut, turn. 1, open. Yeah. So let's just kind of play around with, okay, here's your center of your body right here, right? So think about your center rotating. Just kind of change where you focus. Or just think about either your hips or the space in between your hips. Breathe, inhale, and then exhale on it. When you finish, nice and easy. Okay, let's do one more fundamental, and then we'll do some foot movement. We'll do the chops. All right. So, on the chop, we're going in the straight ahead direction, so to speak. Okay. So hand here, front of nose, elbow down, shoulder relax. Hand here. This is called tiger. I don't know what it's called like in Western anatomy, but this is tiger's mouth. Okay, so hand through tiger's mouth. Okay, so what we were talking about before, tip the shoulder blade into the back, keeps the head up, chin pulled in, not down, chin just pulled in, so lengthening the back of the neck. This hand is back here. So we talked about like having the wrist straight to get that nice feel in the arm. So the same thing over here. This hand just falls right here on the inside of the knee. Pull the chin in, and just practice on getting that long length in the body. And feel that strength of lengthening the body, right? If you kind of go like this, it's not very strong. The body doesn't feel very good. So just think of, just kind of feel that strength. And and it could be a little bit different for you, depending. But you want to feel like the body is like really put together, right? Okay, just come on up, nice and easy. Just exhale as you come out. No need to strain it. Okay, just take your time. Just work the joints a little bit. Okay, the back arm, we're not cranking it back here. Just let it rest here. And here. Okay, so this back arm, I'm not kind of like pulling it so much as it's just letting it follow. It's like just following the hip movement. So it becomes more of a natural movement. Wow, it's getting warm. Okay, so let me give you a face-on view. Here. Okay. One of the things to be careful of is this, right? And you don't want to do this, just this. Always working with good posture. I'll just put my hand here just for you guys to see my elbow. So my hips are kind of going like this. So it's not, I'm not going like if I went and had my foot straight off, I fall forward, right? So if you think about the way you walk, this is just kind of an expanded way of walking. We don't walk, you don't walk like this where your hips don't move forward. You walk one hip forward and the other hip forward, right? And you're not walking like this. You don't like turn the whole body. Okay, so the John Wayne walk, right? So you want to just kind of feel how the hips kind of open, and then like the hips draw back, and the hips open, and the hips draw back. So one thing, I tell you guys a lot of stuff on the class, and one way you don't have to remember it. Just as you do it, you'll feel it, and when you feel it, you'll be able to do it without mentally trying to do it. Without trying to mentally remember. Just so we give you the cues, and you just kind of feel how it feels, and the next time you do it, you'll just remember the feeling of it. Okay, just this hand is just nice and relaxed. Okay, I don't know if we switch, so I'm going to switch now. Right? So we do the switch in a kind of a very mellow way, just a circle, and then you switch. Okay, so if we add a little bit, if you want to add a little bit to it, you could think of slicing something, maybe. So you have a little bit of this slice idea with the hand. We'll do some other stuff too. Okay. Again, the backhand is nice and easy. So I'm not cranking the backhand. I'm just letting it fall through. Keep the chin in. Keep the posterior tilt to the shoulder blade, the scapula. All right. Okay, let's inhale. So let's do the footwork. Okay. So we tried to explain it to Ted last time, and I don't think you guys need an explanation, but you know, what the hell? Okay, so the explanation that, okay, so if we take the footwork, I just kind of just think about it. It's you come in, you follow. That's kind of like a half the footwork. You come in, and you follow. It's kind of a boxing thing too, right? You come in and you follow. That's half the footwork. Well, the Master Chan footwork is kind of like you combine one half with the other half. So you come in, you follow, you step back, you come in, you follow. And then you just switch sides. So that's just the theory. I know I don't think you guys need a full-on explanation, but if you think about what it is, come in, follow, step out, come in, follow, step out. So the back foot follows in, and then you come out. Okay, so let's just do the footwork. Okay, so, and we can let the arms relax. So one, so you come in. And the Master Chan footwork is less aggressive than like the boxing, jumping in and jumping out. Okay. But now we're just kind of working that type of hip rotation. Okay. Make sure your knee stays in tracks with your foot, right? So don't let your knee fold in when you step forward. Just take your time. Keep the body upright. Okay. I think one of the I don't know what you want to call it. One of the disadvantages, I think, of some martial art training is like they expect you to do stuff, but they don't tell you how to do it correctly, so you end up getting hurt. Right? Yeah, you gotta do this somehow. I don't know how to tell you, but you gotta do it. That's how you do it. And then you learn how to do it through, just trial and error and maybe being injured. So, or they tell you your chi is not enough. That's not the case. That's, you should like know how to, you should need to work with your body, right? You need to understand your body. So if you think about what this is doing here, your body. Oh, did I lose Laura? She might have left. Yeah, let's see. Okay, so Laura might have left. Okay. Oh, she does, sometimes she works. Oh yeah, she did. Okay. All right. Just think about how your hips work. And I'll show you what this is actually training. Okay. So think about hip muscles here. These are the hip muscles we're working. Yeah. Just kind of relax. The arms come out. Okay, so once you kind of get this down, then we can add a few things. We can add the uppercut. Now, remember when we talked about the fist being straight here, the wrist being straight? So make sure you get that feel too. And you can experiment. If you put your fist up and you crank it, you kind of lose a connection. You straighten it, there's more of a connection with the body. Okay. Keep the chin in.
You did something with the wristband.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. Yeah, so that's the practical application. There's something with the wristband, you're gonna hurt your wrist, right? And plus, in addition, you're not going to give them the full impact of your presence. Okay, and you can just take it nice and easy, and just you can even just work the rotation, nice and slow. Step back. You can work the rotation, nice and slow. And let me explain to you what the rotation is. Okay, so your hip can do. This is kind of like a training for this. So your hip can rotate, right? So your hip, and Garrett, who does Bagua, So your hip can do this. If my foot is stable, my hip can rotate about my leg. That's what the joint can do, right? And you could just do this as its own training. So this movement is kind of taking that type of movement and making it more practical. This is more like an exercise to develop the muscle, right? This is an exercise to develop these muscles. But this movement is the kind of the I guess the functional part of it, where you're going to be, using it. So you can just come back, okay, and you could take your time and just feel how that works. Master Chan called this the Mike Tyson. We renamed it to Jack Dempsey because we think Jack Dempsey was the original. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the fist travels up the center line. Okay. And it doesn't come from the outside. It comes from the side, from close to the side, up the center. Okay. And when you get to the top, you can just make a well-formed fist. Don't have the hands loose. Just well-formed. You don't have to have a death grip. Keep breathing. Come back. Well, okay, so the other part of the Jack Dempsey, let me just show you here. Is when I come in, I just have this kind of, okay, and I don't like do this with the arm so much as like come in, and I almost unwind it with the hip. Like I almost unwind it with the hip. So I'm not kind of using my arm to do this. Right, very nice, Garrett. It's fine. Okay, so I'm not using, I'm just kind of unwind my arm with the hip. One. So my arm and my hip, or my hip joint follows. Or my center follows, okay? Sometimes it's easier for people to hook in with the bigger, with the hip, as opposed to their center, whatever works for you. Okay. So here's this basic footwork. And so we can just take the footwork and just go back to hanging the arms. And let's just practice different directions without complication of the arms to start. And then we can add different hand stuff. Okay, so we can just go one, you just do this one. And then, so you can go, and then you can go the other way here. And then around two, and then just one, two, and then you could just pivot. Just take your time. Just here's one, pivot. Here's the other way. So we're just working directions. Okay, and then you could pivot this way. And then if you let the hands come in, actually it helps you, because the hands help you turn. They almost like, it kind of gives, the hands almost give you a hint. One, two. We'll work some staff too today. And just kind of play with the movement, play with the movement. It's kind of a natural thing. So you just play with it, and it's like it'll come to you. Okay, so this is the uppercut or the Jack Dempsey. You can change this into other things. Okay. Okay, so let's just change it to something simple. We can try to change it. I think I've tried it with like one. No, I don't think that works. So we could do chop. I think chop might work, or horse. Horse works better. Horse. No, okay, ready? Let's try horse. One, two, three. Again, don't crank the back arm up. Just let it just swing naturally. So I don't need to crank it. Just let it swing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You could do 4 directions. You could try 8 directions. Okay. Just control the back arm so it doesn't swing too much. It's just a natural, just this. Okay, so then you could try chicken, which is kind of even easier, I guess. So you could do chicken. Okay. So chicken. Nice and relaxed with the back arm. Don't bring it too far. There you go. Good, pretty good, Mark. Okay, so and then Mark, just trying to control this one a little bit more so it doesn't go so far back. So just kind of play around with it. So if you go way back, you see how it fills you out. So just here. So it just keeps me here. Right? Just keeps me here. Do this, and then you can do horse. Okay, let's try bear, and we won't do bear in the steps. We'll just do bear. Okay, so this the bear kind of works on before we do bear, we do a little preparation for bear, which is learning how to just drop the weight, because that's what bear is all about. So I think we've done it with this is a lot easier, just learning to drop the weight. We just did kind of like a horse stance, come up, and then just drop. Okay, so you want to feel not that the hands drop, we want to feel like the body drops. And I'm just kind of raising it, and then it's almost like falling to a chair kind of idea, right? Okay. And we're not thinking so much of like bending the knees, just you're holding something's heavy, and you just let it go. And just very relaxed. Just you can make the fists just nice and firm. You do a little bit of rotation with the arms. Okay. Okay, so bear basically is one hand, an open palm. Okay. All right, so let's just try the bear move. We won't do it with the feet. We just feet even can be even. As a matter of fact, just have 1 foot forward. It's better that way. So 4 foot forward hand. So we had this thing like this. So just kind of same idea. Okay. So the hand follows the body weight. We'll add a little bit more movement to it, make it more dynamic. Okay. Okay. So maybe like you're splashing water and the water's slightly in front of you. Okay. So what I'm trying not to do is this. Right? I'm just trying to go like this. Okay, let's try the other side. And we'll add some movement to this. Yeah, very good, Garrett. So Garrett's ready to go. He has one hand here ready to go for the next one. It's good. Okay. All right. Okay, let's have a little movement. So we worked with the stepping, right? So let's do forward foot is the forward hand. 1 step, and just make it easy. 2 step, 3 step, 4 step. I can have this hand here. Okay, so when I come out, I can have it here. Okay. And the hand is along the center line, the striking hand. And just kind of relax that eye. Okay, so good posture is important. And come out, right? 1, come out. 2, come out. 3, come out. We'll add more to this, come out. If you want, you can just come in and just feel as you drop it, you can feel it. Okay. I wouldn't recommend like if you were to actually use it on somebody, just kind of drop it and feel it, see how that feels. You don't need to drop it and get out of there. Okay. All right. One. Okay. And one thing about the drop, I'm not dropping on my front leg. I'm not like putting everything in my front leg because I want to keep my alignment. Okay. So that's a kind of a big thing. And so you see this, and it's not so much in other, and this kind of concept is not so much in like other martial arts. I think like in karate and stuff, they really go this whole forward thing, right? They're really kind of pushing it forward. I think Master Chen was more like, you know, you had the body weight drop and somebody else is coming. So you can't like go so far forward that you can't react to somebody else.
You turn the drop and move forward.
Yeah. You turn, yeah, the hand kind of translates. So the drop is straight, but the hand kind of goes forward. Yeah. Right. So the drop is straight and your body's still straight. So your body's not you're not falling into the situation. You never want to fall into this because there's a guy over here. So that was like Master Chen's thing. So, okay, so let's add a little bit, make it kind of smoother. One, cat wash his face, step back. Two, cat wash his face again with the trunk, with the hip, right? So cat wash his face, come up the front line. Two, cat wash his face. The other one comes up the front. Three, cat wash his face. Four, cat wash his face. Five, inhale, keep, exhale. Okay. You can coordinate with the breathing if you like. Just don't go faster than you're breathing. If you want, you can go slower than you're breathing. What we don't want to do is to create tension. And the hand can be very relaxed. It's just kind of giving a little, it's kind of like a little, kind of like a that. Believe me, it works. Garrett tried it on somebody. He didn't like it. Okay, so let's just say like, let's see if I can imitate Master Chen with this, how he did it. Okay, so what I'm trying not to do is this, like just my hands, right? I'm trying to move my body in, let my body control the speed, and try everything just nice and relaxed. And when I finish, and then here I just kind of, it's like, I always say it's kind of like the, it's more like the FedEx guy, I'm thinking now, than the UPS guy. Because the FedEx guy, he just comes up and he just throws your package on the porch, and then he takes off. Okay, the Amazon guy is much nicer. They actually kind of deliver it. All right, so you can just go one, just nice and easy. Two, come in, step in. I think actually Amazon did more. They want to make sure you're happy because they take a photograph. I don't know if you guys got an Amazon delivery from an Amazon contractor, but he has to take a photograph of the delivery. And then he better be nice because Amazon will want to, they want to know how the delivery was. All right. Okay, let's inhale. We had done a little bit of the hawk last time, and I think what I like to do is, see, I got to work on this too myself. All right. So I think I would like to do, hawk is a lot like the Xingyi fire. Right? But what I like about the fire and the hawk is this whole thing about the movement of the body. Right? If I have one foot forward, my body, how my body lines up. right? And then you can have it right here, like this. So this is the Xingyi fire. And the hawk is just turning the hands over. All right. So let's just work a little bit with that. I'll just maybe face away for a little bit. Okay, so we can just kind of work with 1, 2, just step in, 3, step in, 4. Okay, and then let me just show you here. 1. You could do it on the off foot too if you like. 3. So this one comes down the center, spirals up. And it's like you're winding and then you unwind out. Wind in, unwind out. Wind in, keep the chin in, unwind out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll show you, we won't necessarily do it for real. We never do anything for real in the video, so it doesn't matter. I will not be hitting Garrett. There would be no impact on Master Garrett. So let's just say he just throws, you're right-handed, right? Yes. Yes. So he just throws it right. So this could be something like, and this could be something like I've come in, right? And this one's here because, you know, this one's going to cover this one too. Right? If he punches me, then he has to punch his hand. Right? Yeah, something like that. But so you have both things going. So you can think of that as something like that. Okay. Another interesting thing with this is, okay, let's try it this way. Another thing is they come in, he comes, you know, he's coming with that one too. You're not waiting around. So you got to have both going. But interesting enough, if he pushes this over, I can grab that one. But he's too fast. So never mind. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Yeah, you don't punch and hold. You got to be, yeah. Some of these things do not work. Okay. So with this one, it's like, you got to come in here one.
Right there.
Yeah, you got to go in there right there. If you can get him, that's good. If you can't get him, then you have to, you know, and he's going to pull this one back anyway. Right. So you have to kind of, so 1, 2. Okay. I was thinking sometimes no one leaves it out there, you're right. It's actually, I wonder, do you think it's useless to kind of train that way? Okay, if he does this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. I don't know if that's useless to train that way.
Just whatever.
Yeah, just whatever. You know,
It's a movement. So
it's a movement. Yeah, I think it's better just to train movement. And it's better to do this. Oh, shit. And you do the Master Chen, get out of here. Right?
you got the advantage on the second punch.
Oh, yeah.
I'm deployed this way. So if I'm throwing, yeah.
Yeah, so that would be this. This is the fire. This is the fire. If this was the hawk, that would be the hawk. Right, the hawk is like this. Right, the hawk is like this. And then he comes out, well, then you would do another hawk. Okay, so, you know, that's, I don't know, this, sometimes this is all just very academic.
It boils down to is who's fastest.
Yeah, who's faster, and yeah, that's true. It's better to be fast. It's better to get the first shot. Which means you have to be preemptive, right?
Well, it is. The action is faster than reaction.
Yeah. Means you have to be preemptive. Okay, so let's just kind of, let's work with the fire again. So just 1. Okay, so you can hold the fire and just see how the legs are. Right, this gives you the strength of what the fire posture is. Come back, 2, and just see how the legs are, right? See this stable tripod kind of feel. Come back, 3, come back, and then you keep it moving, so you never stop. We never stop. Another thing is to just keep your body centered down, keep your center, so don't float up, right? We're not floating up. So you just imagine I don't know, like a railroad car. Your feet are on a track. You know, railroad cars don't float. I think this would be effective if you can get the shot in. But that assumes you can get the shot in. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So feel the tripod of the posture. 4, 5. Okay, let's just check. So okay, so here's the basic foundation of the footwork and the posture. So you can also, there's other things with this. So 1, okay, so 1 from here, you could just come under. So I guess 1. Okay, here's, and then here, 1, here. So you can practice the next one, right? So we do the fire. This would be the next one. And next one could be a wood punch or just another fire straight. Come in. Unfortunately, I guess 1, shit. How do you switch feet? 1, 2. Come back. 1. Just kind of practice a 1, 2. Fire, fire. So I guess we could just do it from the form. Fire, slam, right? Fire, slam. Fire, slam. Fire, slam. Fire, slam. Fire, slam. Fire, slam. And if you think about it, it's not a bad idea, right? So instead of hitting your hand, you would hit him in the face, right? Instead of hitting in the hand, you would hit him in the face. All right. Let's do a little bit of, okay, let's just try a little bit of the sticks. And we just use those for more like a body movement. You're gonna meet, Grant's gonna come, right? I guess you got your sword. Yeah. No, Nelson, he's really late. Excuse me, Garrett. Okay. Okay, so we can use the stick to figure out our center line. Okay. So even when I just turn the stick, I'm not just like whipping my wrist around because that would kind of hurt my wrist. So just can go slow and think how your lower body can support the turn. Okay, and you keep the elbow in if you want. Just to start. You can switch. Okay, and I switch from underhand. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can just start nice and easy. See all the basic movements apply, right? All the hip movements apply. We'll work on a couple of, I think we did like a 4-step pattern. Okay, yeah. If you want, you can just kind of start learning how to do the figure 8, or you could just switch, just switch, just switch, just switch, just switch. Okay, you can do figure 8 with one hand just to start. Okay, so when you flip it over, you need the hand to be open. Okay, because you don't want to kind of you don't want to torque anything. And then you can flip it over from the underhand. Warm up the shoulder. Just go slow, just kind of cruise it through. Okay, try to avoid, just throwing your arms around. Just nice and easy, turn with the hip. 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 Now you could do the Master Chen stepping with this. Okay. Okay, so you know the stepping, just practice the figure 8 from hand to hand first. And then step forward with 1, step back, step in with the other, step back, step in with the other, step back, step back, 1, 2, 3. You can play around with it a little bit more if you're used to it. You could just float it. You could just kind of catch it if you want to just kind of get a sense of how to manipulate it. Okay. Now grab it from the middle because then it feels really light. It doesn't feel like if you grab it well balanced. If you want to build, I guess wrist strength, you can grab it from one end and try to flip it over. Okay, good. All right. Okay, let's just practice a little bit of the warm up for the strikes. Okay. We're just warming up. Get the joints, tell them what they're going to do. Okay, so this one, you know, I'm up here. It's like I'm going to whip it, and it kind of circles down, right? 1, 2. Let's try the other side. Don't be like me. I only know how to do one side.
I know how to do it, I just can't.
You can keep the one hand at the end here if you like, kind of like a, all right. Okay. Then, you know, we did the horse, right? This is horse. So now you know where horse came from. Okay, focus on the tip a little bit. So you send a little bit of energy to the tip. Again, you know, the horse is all body. It actually has skinny legs. Horses have skinny legs compared to their giant body. So you want to be the same, right? Big, you know, the body is moving the skinny legs. So the body moves it. Not the skinny legs move the big body. Okay, and on the pullback, don't crank it all the way back. Just kind of, just enough. You know, maybe just even to here even. Okay, and there's just one, and you can let it slide. You could switch hands. So you really have to focus on the body and then try to translate your movement into a weapon. Okay, and then flip it over. 1, 2, flip it over. 3, 4, flip it over.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. I just want to make sure it's okay if I let her off over there. There's like a slight chance she might come and sniff over here, so if that's not okay.
Oh no, we're almost done. Whatever, you know, just whatever. Yeah. Okay, so let's just do maybe the little 3 movement thing. Okay. I don't know, do we want to replicate some, you know, hiking along? Depends on where you're hiking. It could be like, I can't believe all this hiking is dangerous. Okay, you're hiking along, and somebody's here. So put the stick in their face. It's kind of aggressive, isn't it? So you put whatever's happening, the stick between you and whatever's happening. Then grab the bottom end. 1. Pull it back. Smack him. Okay, that's 2 movements. All right, there you go. 2 movements is good. Well, actually, it's 3. Stick in his face, stab, around, smack. He has a buddy. So what would you do with the buddy? You could just flip it and again, back, smack. He has a buddy. 1, up, smack. Okay, you could flip it again. 1, up, smack. You don't have time to flip it. Pull. 1, pull. 1, somebody's behind you, stab them in the back. Okay, so simple 3, right? Ready? So the simpler the better. Yeah, I mean the first one is even better. Just like, right? So you can think of the first one as more like, bring it, just bring it. So don't try to find it, right? Just bring it. Yeah, both hands. So just go slow. 1, just bring this here and then bring it back here. Step in like a horse. Okay. You could kind of come back and maybe quarter him, strike to this corner. Here's a buddy behind, pull and stab. There you go. Okay, ready? So 1, quarter him. 2, he has his buddy, pull and stab. Over. There's a lot more complicated ones, but they're like too complicated to be that practical, I think. Right? Because you're not going to do all the complicated ones. This is easier. just here, and then 1, whip it, 2, pull and stab, very direct. 1, up, down, pull, stab. I'll face this way. 1, down, pull, stab. Okay, the pull can be faster, by the way. 1, right? But you have to make sure you grab the end so you don't want to fly, let it fly out. Okay, so on the pull, 1, this hand is here. And this is a strong grip. Okay. You can also just use the motion of it. Okay, 1. Okay, and if the guy, and then you can even, to do the next move, you can think of he still comes, so you're whipping with the backhand. So the thing about the stick has 2 ends. Okay. All right. Let me see. I think we'll just finish with Qigong. What did she say? What is she doing? She's having a group or something?
Well, she was going over there, she's gonna let her dog off the leash.
Oh, that's fine.
She said, "Oh,
Oh, no, we like dogs. Mark's a dog person.
then you got swords."
All right, let's do a little Qigong to finish. I hope that was a nice, a little bit of exercise and training. So the important thing is like just learning how to move, having good posture, and then if you keeping your balance, and if you need to apply some force, make sure your body's connected. All right. Let's do a little Qigong. Okay, remember we talked about the scapular posterior tilt to the scapular blade, shoulder blade. Let the arm relax out. Pull the chin in. Just take your time. We just do 1, but feel how that feels. Okay, we'll do another one, do 2. Just relax these structures here. Let them just sink down. Stay in your center if you can. So everything moves from the center. All right, very good. Okay, great. Okay, I will see you guys later. This will be on